We just released a major update to our program called Grade Rubric. This is an app for teachers by Android for Academics, and it's a remarkably useful tool for teachers and professors who like to grade using some kind of rubric system. Creating a rubric is simple, so this is what you see when you first open the app. Just hit the Create Rubric button, give it a name. So let's say it's a paper assignment. We'll go Paper. Next. You have the option of doing an alphabetical rubric or a numeric rubric. So if you do points, you'd want to use the numeric rubric. But if you just assign like A through F for various categories, you can keep it simple and do the alphabetical rubric. Then you have the option of whether you're going to have pluses and minuses in there or not. And then you just start creating the categories. So let's say I want I'm going to keep it simple for the purposes of the demo. Let's say you want a 3-category rubric. Say like intro, type that in. You can, if you want, weight these, but I'm just going to keep it simple and not weight, so not give each category a weight. I'll weight them evenly. Once you type in the title, create another. Let's say it's an argumentative essay, so I have some rubric item for the argument. Create another, and then, conclusion. Now I would have probably more items in an actual paper assignment, but this just gives you an idea of how to set it up. Once you hit your last category, then you hit the Move On button. Now the nice thing about Grade Rubric is you can, if you want, set it up so that when you calculate the rubric after grading an assignment, you can blast out an email to your student. And so this lets you actually customize what the email says. You can customize the subject, you can customize the salutation, customize what you say in the body before it dumps in the grades, and then you can customize the signature as well. I'm not going to do any of that right now. But after you've done that, hit Finish. And now you're back to the main title screen, and here you see there's a button now that says Paper. Now to use this, all you have to do is tap on it, but if you ever wanted to edit it or delete it, then you just long press on it. But I'm going to go in and use it, show you how this works. So now you've got this nice little rubric all set up. You can hit so let's say you're going through and grading, and they got an A for the intro, they got a C+ for the argument, and let's say they didn't really do a conclusion, so they got an F on the conclusion portion. Now you just hit the Calculate button, and that was a little quick because it automatically brought up the email, but you can see this email that it sets up, and it's got all of the items in there so the student can see their grade, and you just start typing in the student's email address. Now, if you don't want email, if you don't want to use that feature, just go to Settings at the main screen here and uncheck that box, and it won't email after you do the calculate. So let me just show you again what it does when you calculate. You hit the Calculate button, and you see, without having the email come up, that it actually calculates the score right here. And what it does is, for the letter rubrics, it assigns a GPA value to each of those letters, and then averages it, and then spits out the corresponding letter again. So you can actually average these letter grades, kind of nice and neat. Now, that's the alpha rubric. What I want to show you now is the numeric rubric. So let's say you got a test and you do it on points, but not with an alphabetical system. So I'm going to do a test. Next, use numeric rubric this time. Now this, you can set the maximum number of points. So I'm going to keep it simple and have 30 points possible, and I'm going to do 3 categories. So I'm just going to go, again, question 1, create another. I'm going to do, let's see, question 2, create another. Question 3, create another. Now, I'm going to move on, then I can set the email. Now notice, I actually forgot to go through and put in what each of these are worth. So it sets it down kind of low for me. So let me show you how to edit a rubric if you messed something up. So long press on the rubric you want to edit, hit Edit Rubric, and now I can go through and change the values for each of those categories and set them all to 10. I've got my max at 30, and I want each of these to be worth 10. So I set it to be, each of them to be worth 10. And if I wanted, I could, let's see, remove this category. So I've got category 1, category 2, category 3, and then if I want, I can also go back and edit the email. And then once I hit Save Changes, I'm back, and I can use the rubric. Now the cool thing about the number rubric is we've introduced this slider bar, so you can set these max values pretty high. I mean, you could set this all the way up to 50 or 100 and then just slide along to give the student the number of points they deserve. And if you want to, if you're having trouble with the slider bar fine-tuning it, you can always just tap on the text box and enter in the text manually, but you should be alright with just the slider. Okay. And again, this all works just the same. You hit calculate. It'll calculate the score for you this time instead of the letter grade. Alright, so that's some of the basics of Grade Rubric. And the nice thing is you can actually see you've got plenty of room here. You can create lots and lots of different rubrics for all sorts of assignments. You could use this for presentations, exams, papers, any kind of assessment that you want to do, you could use Grade Rubric for. So check it out. It's free, available for free on the Android market from Android for Academics. It's called Grade Rubric. Try it out. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you.